So today I think what we're going to do is we are going to sketch. This is Sterling right behind me. He's the retired racehorse. Look at these guys. Yeah. What are you doing? What do you think of that, huh? Do you want to take a horse selfie? Yeah, do you guys like playing together? It's so great out here at Best Friends because we have many different pastures that they can go in. Yeah, a lot of different pastures. So they never get bored. Yeah, right, Sterling? See, I see a little gouge on top of your head. This one ran into something. Oh, we got one behind rolling in the grass. Here, let's see if we can say hi. Oh, well, hi. This one's great. Look at this hair. We're going to have to draw this for sure. Yeah. So when we draw this guy right here, let's see if I can get his head. Yeah. Oh, you're being so good. See how this right here is a circle? Yeah. You guys. Nice circle on the cheek there. Yeah, see that right here? I love that jaw. So we'll get the jawline and then we'll have it narrowed down. Yeah. You probably want to eat my hat. So we're going to have it narrow down for the face. We'll definitely get this mane. And then one thing that I always wonder about is how the hair on the top of their head is between their ears. Yeah, so right here, thank you. That right there. So I never know how long to bring it down when we do a painting. Yeah, look at you. You have long bangs. So Sterling has long bangs. And you, Cash. Hi. Yeah, you're pretty. Pretty. So, and this one here has a fly mask on. So the flies don't get in their ears. And don't get in their eyes. Yeah. So I'm going to go get my sketchbook. So we've got Sterling and Cash in the background here. We have so many horses and so much room now. All right. So get your sketchbooks out and let's go ahead and do a circle here. Just a circle, and make sure you leave room here in the front. Because what we're going to do is we're going to do the shape of his face. So that's going to be that big jawbone that they have. And then I want you guys to come down. And you can wrap it around like this. We're going to come up over a little bit like that. Okay? So you could do a rectangle here if you want, and then bring it up and over. And then their head goes right into their neck. And then their neck comes down about here. Like that. So it's kind of small. Isn't it, buddy? So come like that. And then here at the tipping point where it comes up to the top of his head, let's go ahead and do an ear. Same behind. So we're only going to see a little of it behind. So go ahead and do like an eyebrow. And then bring it underneath like this. And let's just do a circle. Okay, and then for their nose, Their mouth is like this. And then this area is really muscular. Hi everyone, thanks for joining me in the art studio. We sketched horses. This was my sketch when we were at horses. And since I wanted to do it on a canvas, I actually used carbon paper. And it's really thin, but you can put it over your canvas and then put your sketch on top, and then you can go over the lines that you want. I did that because I wanted to use this actual sketch we sketched when we were out with the horses. Again, that's carbon paper if you guys want to use that. So we have our horse, and I went ahead and added this line here for the mane, and then I also made the neck thicker on here. So I think the original line was here. So go ahead and make it a thicker line where it comes underneath that circle there. I also wanted to change the ears. So I don't want the ears to go backwards. I wanted the ears to come more forward, like that. So you don't have to erase because your paint will cover it up, but since you're looking at mine, I will erase it so you can understand it a little bit better. Okay, and then the forehead was right here. I'm gonna bring that hair thicker and bring it down, kind of like Sterling. Sterling had some good bangs going on, so we'll bring it down like that. Okay, and then if you want to take a look at the nose, we can work a little bit on the nose. So we have a little bit of a line there. Let's go ahead and take the side of your pencil and let's darken this a little bit and bring it around. Kind of bring it up into a point a little bit. Gives it more, you kind of have like a rounded. There we go. And then this can be kind of like a triangle, shaded triangle part right there. And then on this side, you can just do a little bump because you would see the top of the other nostril. Okay, and then for the bottom part of the lip, let's square it off just a little bit. Instead of having it round out, square that off just a tiny bit. And let's see, this will be just a really light line. So just have a really light line there. Okay. And then for their eyes, let's go ahead. We're gonna darken it. Let's go ahead and darken it here. Leave a little white here, but let's darken that whole front part of the eye. We're just gonna leave a tiny bit of we call it the little triangle back here, open. But you can almost straighten that front part. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our colors. You could do your horse whatever colors you want. On my palette, I ended up getting, black, light brown, dark brown, orange, white, and then I added blue and yellow. So I think I got most of my colors covered here. Let's go ahead and do the background color of the horse first. And I'm gonna go ahead and do it the color that Cash was, and he was like a reddish brown with white spots. So in order to do that background color, I want to lighten it because I don't want the background color to be too dark because we want to put our highlights on it. So let's go ahead and I'm going to grab a little bit of the brown and then a little bit of the white, and I'm going to mix them together here. Okay. So, and then just go ahead, we're just going to put like a thin coat on the whole horse. And if you want to thin it out a little, you can grab a little bowl and a little bit of water, and I think that's what I'm going to do. And touch the paint with it, and then you'll see how it glides on a little easier. You might go over some of your shading areas, but that's okay, we can find them again. I'm just going to go around this area because his bangs are going to come down. And I do have an area where I shaded it, so I'm just going to skip over that area, and I'm going to skip over the area that has his mane, which is a big portion of it. We got to make sure we get both colors in there for his mane. So once you get that background color on, we're going to go for a smaller brush. Good, and if you have a towel or something, it's always good to pat it dry. I'm going to have to wash them, I think, again before I put them away. Okay, so now we've got the basic color on. And we're going to mix a darker color for shading. So go ahead and grab a smaller brush. And then with that, I'm going to go back and I'm going to put the dark. And I want it to look, it's a shadow, so I just want to do it kind of messy. There you go, to show that there is some shading there. And I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of shading here because his jaw would definitely have some shading on it. And then this back ear, go ahead and do that, this whatever darker color you mixed, because that would be a bit darker because it's behind it. And then if you want to put a little touch in this ear, you can, because the inside of the ear would definitely be darker. And then grab a little bit more and we'll do this kind of a triangle shape. And you can bring it up a little bit. Next, we could go kind of up here above the eye. They usually have an indentation kind of in their skull here. So let's just go ahead and do a little bit there. We'll go ahead and do a little bit here. If you need more paint, go ahead and grab that. A little bit here, and that's where that jaw, the shading is where that jaw comes around. Go ahead and grab a little black and brown again. You can go a tiny bit darker, and then bring it around like that. And then a touch, maybe not even that much, of the lip. And then I'm going to mix a little bit more of that light brown, and I'm going to bring some of that light brown in the nostril. And I'm going to lighten it even more and bring this one up, and where the part is raised, raised area on the nostril. Might not be, yeah, the paint's a little too wet, but we'll bring it around there when it dries a little more. And then the eye, let's go ahead and bring that around closer. Okay. So when that's finished, we're going to start working on the mane. And if you remember, Sterling it was like, he was brown, but his mane was black and kind of a blonde color. So I'm going to do the blonde color first. So I'm going to mix a pale yellow, and I don't know, I'm going to experiment here. I don't think adding this tan's going to look so good. So maybe I will do a yellow orange mix and see how that looks. The nice thing is we can always go over it. So like that. And then I'm going to do a couple of strands here. Okay. Then we're going to let that dry, and we're going to come in with some black. And we can go ahead and do the eye. So for the eye, I would take some brown and bring it in kind of underneath. Because usually, even though the animal's eyes look black a lot of times, they have a brown in there. And when the sun hits their eye, it will reflect. And then you can come around and fill that in. And if you want to kind of blend it a little better, you can always come back after you do the black with a little bit of brown and mix it in a little bit. And that just makes it look a little more natural. There we go. And then you can go back to your medium-sized brush and we will do our black. The black color for the mane. So, and I would just bring it down in brush strokes. Even if you leave a little bit of space in between, it's okay. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of room to put the amazing colors that Cash had, but close enough. We're able to get some of it in. And then doing the top of the head there. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's just fun to go out and sketch animals that you see in the wild. Good. Let's see how that looks. I'm going to bring it up. Okay, here is the picture on an easel. So all we need to do is add a background color. So why don't you look through your stuff and see what color you'd like to do the background. And I'm going to do the background colors, and we're going to do white, let me see, white and blue. So I'm going to do half of the brush in white and half of the brush in blue. And I'll show you why. So you take the painting, wow, still wet, be careful, and just lightly brush over it here. And if you leave it and don't go back and forth, it'll give a really pretty texture to it and some cool lines in it, because the horse is pretty smooth the way we painted him. So you can come up in here. And again, you're just doing half of the brush white and half blue. I might run out of blue, so if I start running out, I have to load my palette up with a little bit more blue. I always try to use less paint because I don't like to waste paint. So try not to put too much on your palette. There we go. And like I said, you can do, if you don't like the way it's looking, you can always go back and forth and it'll blend it right in. So it's more of a solid type color. It'll still have those variations though, which is nice. And sometimes when we're painting, we'll do the background color first when I'm teaching class, but sometimes especially if you're doing a class online, it's better to start because otherwise you have to wait for the background to dry. Okay, so here. There, that got a little black in it, but that's all right. Because the black is still wet. That's okay. Let's see. I'm going to have to set it up there so I can get the rest of the paint. There we go. You can also grab one of your littler brushes if you need to get into some areas and get a little bit closer, like if you want to get up around the hair a little bit, or if you want to get up around that nostril that we painted on. Either way. And then I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of a line here. There we go. Okay. So that's the background. And then if you want to, I don't know if we should, I think I'm going to leave this here. I was going to bring it up higher. I guess we could try it. The nice thing about acrylics is if you don't like it, you can always go back over it. Go. I don't know if that's better or worse, but I think I like it. So that concludes our art class today. Thank you guys.